Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building the Seaboard coastline BQ23-7. Only 10 of these were ever built as a variation on the B23-7 with this unique extended cab on the front, designed to accommodate more room for the crews and try and eliminate cabooses. All were built for the Seaboard coastline and eventually went to CSX and served before being scrapped. But I figured this would be a really unique one to build for Minecraft. As usual, I'll be building this on the front of the train I already have. So take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler and get it connected up here. Then we're going to switch to a dark oak fence gate to be an air hose. Come underneath the coupler and fill it in with dark oak fence gates. Then come up on the locomotive we already have and delete the first two fence gates from either side of the coupler and replace them with fences and extend it out to be connected air hoses here on each side. Now there's some caution stripes on the plow, so this one's a little tricky to do. We'll start off with polished blackstone block, and we need to go to the side of it and get a block of smooth quartz on the side above the rail here. So smooth quartz there. We'll have to delete that one because the bottom placement one. Replace the polished blackstone, smooth quartz. On the outside edges, upside down, outward facing, polished blackstone stairs. Then we'll come up one, and now we put smooth quartz on the sides and in the middle, and then the two gaps filled with polished blackstone block. Put a temporary block above that, and 3 forward facing polished blackstone stairs in the middle of the top. Come around behind it with polished blackstone block and make this T-shaped pattern. Then we put an end rod down on bottom above each rail. Now switch to cyan terracotta, and behind that we're going to make a row that's 5 wide and 3 tall of cyan terracotta. Then we got to do our wheels, so switch to a block of netherite here. And we're going to skip 1 block back behind this and get netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then back to polished blackstone blocks, 3 wide and 3 long. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then take polished andesite stairs, upside down facing backwards on this end, and upside down facing forward on the outside of each side on this end. Then in the middle on the bottom, a polished andesite slab on each side. Then we take out a dark oak fence gate and open them into the ends of the wheels on this end, and then swing around here and open them into ends of each of these wheels on this end. Then we'll switch back to a polished blackstone block, and on the second block up we'll start filling in this top middle 3. Bring it down to the end of this truck and come out above where the fence gates are. Come back up behind the plow here and put an upside down polished andesite stair on each side like that. Then we're going to come stand on this end, and we're going to crouch, and we're going to place a string in the middle of the rails there. Then crouch and put 3 anvils coming across sideways for an air tank. Then back to polished blackstone block and extend this out another 2 rows of 3. Then we can swing around under it and 3 across the bottom. And actually, we're going to make that bottom row of 3 cyan terracotta, not polished blackstone. So knock those out and replace it with cyan terracotta blocks here, coming across that bottom 3. Then off that bottom block, we're going to put upside down polished andesite stairs coming down in a row that's 11 blocks long. Swing around and put 3 cyan terracotta across here, and then same thing, connect upside down stairs 11 blocks long up to the cyan terracotta up here and complete the bottom of the fuel tank. Then we can switch back to polished blackstone block and fill in this top middle 3 across the fuel tank here. And just keep filling it in here. We'll bring it down all the way to the end of the fuel tank. Stop right at the edge of the fuel tank. Now on the top sides of the fuel tanks here, fill it in end to end with a row of polished andesite block. Same thing over on this side. Just fill it all in with polished andesite. Now we're going to come on the end of the fuel tank here, stand on it and crouch, and put a string down between the rails. Then, while still crouching, put a row of sideways anvils 3 across the rails for another air tank. Spin around like this, and we can extend our polished blackstone block out by another 1. Then we switch to netherite for the next set of wheels. We skip a block back behind those anvils. We need to get netherite on each rail here with an end rod for an axle. Then a 3x3 of polished blackstone block. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then switch to polished andesite stairs, upside down on the sides facing that way here, and upside down facing forward here. Then a polished andesite slab on each side on the bottom hitbox in the middle. Then we switch to a dark oak fence gate, and we need to open them into the ends of the wheels on this end here. And then we come around and open them into the ends of the wheels on this end here. Now we come around on top of this with a polished blackstone block, and we fill in this top middle 3 to the end of the truck. Stop above where the fence gates are. Then we switch to cyan terracotta, and we need to make a 5 wide by 3 tall, coming out to each side of the rails here. So 3 tall, extend it out to the sides, and extend it out to the side over here. Then switch to polished blackstone and make this T-shaped pattern. Then we put an end rod down on bottom above each rail. In front of that in the middle, a polished blackstone block on bottom, then smooth quartz block on either side of that. Then an upside down outward facing polished blackstone stair on each side. For the next row, smooth quartz goes on the sides in the middle, and then polished blackstone in the gaps. Then forward facing upside down polished blackstone stairs in the top 3 of the middle. Then we take out a dark oak stair for the coupler and get it stacked up to that second block. Delete the one you used for placement. Underneath it, a dark oak fence gate for an air hose. Then we swing around like this, and to either side of the coupler, open 2 dark oak fence gates on each side, into the plow. Then we take an oak slab for our stairs, and we stack 3 oak slabs coming up this gap on the bottom hitboxes of all 3 blocks. Same thing on this side of the porch, 3 slabs coming up. Then we have to go down and do the other end. So same thing, 3 slabs coming up on the bottom hitboxes, and 1 more corner to go. 3 slabs coming up over here. Now we come down to this end with a polished andesite stair and put an upside down stair on each side like this. Then we're going to switch to a hopper and put a hopper in front of the sides of each of the wheels. Same thing down here, a hopper in front of the wheels. Then we got to do the other side, hoppers on these wheels, and hoppers on these wheels here. Then we take an iron trap door and run it across the top of the truck from wheel to wheel. Same thing here. Then we do the other side. Same thing, iron trap doors across the top from wheel to wheel. 1 more to go. A line of trap doors here. Now we decide which end of the locomotive is going to be the front end, and my front end is going to be facing the void here. So we're going to take out a crimson button, and we're going to come up on the side of the fuel tank. And on the front half of the fuel tank, we're going to put a button 2 blocks in from the end, and 1 on the back 2 blocks in from the end. Same thing over here. Then on the front of the fuel tank on the engineer side, we hang a bell right there. Then we take out a dark oak fence and put it underneath it. In all these corners of the fuel tank, we put out a column of 2 dark oak fences. This represents the air lines coming off those air tanks down there. So same thing in that corner. Now we're going to switch back to our cyan terracotta block. And we're going to come on this top 3rd block up here and fill it in 5 wide, going from end to end to the other side of the locomotive. Now we'll work on the cab. So come on the front, 2 blocks back with cyan terracotta and make a 2x2 on either side with a gap in the middle. Then above that, a row 5 wide. Come around behind here and a column of 3 on either side. On the second block back, 2 black glass, cyan terracotta in the middle, and 2 more black glass. Then we'll swing around in front of it here, and we're going to take out stained glass panes. We need black and gray. So 2 black stained glass panes, a gray one in the middle, and 2 more black on the side. Now we're going to come around on the side of this here, and on the bottom, in the corner, 1 cyan terracotta, then 2 blocks of quartz, then another cyan terracotta. Same thing over here. The next level is a solid row of cyan terracotta. Then above that, cyan terracotta on the ends, quartz in the middle. And we have to do that same thing over here. So a row of cyan terracotta, terracotta on the ends, quartz in the middle. Then terracotta on the back too, and fill the side in on front with a black glass block and then 2 black stained glass panes. Now we'll do the roof here. So back to cyan terracotta, and we're going to fill in this top middle 3 of the roof, starting there and coming to the back of the cab. Then we'll come up on the sides here with a stone slab and fill in this side above the windows, coming all the way down the length of the cab. Same thing on this side, a row of slabs coming down. Now we'll work on the rear, so come down to the back, 2 blocks in from the end, and on the middle 3, we're going to make a 3 wide by 5 tall of cyan terracotta. Now we'll come around in front of this with cyan terracotta on bottom and bring a single layer row of cyan terracotta all the way up till it meets the cab here. And we'll do the same thing over here. A single row of cyan terracotta coming back. Once we have that filled into the back, we'll come up behind the cab, and on the outside edge on bottom, a single row of terracotta coming 4 blocks back. Same thing over here, 4 blocks backward. Now we'll come back down to the back and work on the vent back here. So in this corner, we're going to take cyan terracotta on the next level up here, on each side, in a row that's 5 blocks long. Same thing on this side. In the middle, we're going to put netherite. Then in the middle above the netherite, a row of anvils, and then another row of netherite above that. Then we're going to switch to iron bars and make 2 rows of 5 iron bars. Same thing over on this side, 2 rows of 5 iron bars. The vent on this is very see-through. Then we'll come just in front of this on each side and make a column of 4 cyan terracotta. Then we'll go ahead and fill in this whole top above the vent with cyan terracotta, coming 3 across. Now turn up to the front and starting 2 blocks behind the cab, take out yellow concrete and run a line of yellow concrete all the way down to the back here. We'll do the same thing over on this side, coming from the back to the front, stopping 2 blocks before the cab. Then on both sides we fill in the 2 block gap with cyan terracotta. Then on the next level up here, we'll start right at the cab and we'll go ahead and bring cyan terracotta all the way down to the rear end of the locomotive here till it meets up. On the engineer side, we skip a block back to leave room for the door, and then fill this whole side with cyan terracotta all the way to the back. Then for the next layer, take out red concrete, start 2 blocks back from the cab, and we start bringing a line of red concrete down. We're going to stop 1 block in front of this vent here. Same thing on this side, 1 block forward from the vent, and bring it up till it's 2 blocks behind the cab. Then cyan terracotta, 1 there and 2 there. And cyan terracotta in these gaps. Then we can go ahead and come on top and just fill this whole top end across the middle 3 with cyan terracotta, coming all the way forward till you meet up with the roof of the cab. Now we're going to come down to the rear of the locomotive here, and starting on the side top edge, we're going to take out a stone slab, and we're going to run a row of stone slabs down the top and stop until it's above this first red concrete block. We'll do the same thing on this side. Stone slabs coming from the back and stop above the first red concrete block. On the top, on the back, fill in this middle three. Same thing on the front of this. Then a row of stone slabs right up the middle. When we get to the middle, 3 coming across. Then we fill in all these gaps with polished black stone brick slabs to be the vents. Then we're going to take out a smoker for our exhaust, and we're going to put it in the middle 2 blocks forward from that. And I just realized our stripes go too far, so knock out 2 of the red concrete and replace it with cyan terracotta. And same thing with the yellow. Knock out 2 on the end and replace it with terracotta. And do the same thing over here. Knock out 2 blocks and replace them with cyan terracotta. Now we got to do some more vent details. So under the front corner of the big vent, close a trap door. Right in front of that, we're going to knock out a column of 3 blocks, starting where the trap door is and coming to the top of there. Fill that with bedrock. Then, 1 more vent to go on this side. We're going to knock out a block right behind the yellow and 1 bedrock. Now we'll do the same thing over here. So we'll close the trap door right there, knock out a column going down to the bottom on this side of 3 with bedrock, and then 1 in front of the yellow stripe and fill that with bedrock. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, that single one needs to be a column, so knock out the one underneath it and replace it with bedrock. Same thing on this side, knock out the one underneath and put bedrock there. Now take out dark oak fence gate to be our horn, and we're going to come on the top middle on the first block behind the cab, and we're going to open back-to-back fence gates up there to be the horn. Then we got to finish off our stair for the door on the engineer side. So switch back to cyan terracotta here, and we're going to come around on the engineer side and put 1 block in that corner so it reaches that door. Then we'll go ahead and put a door there and a door in the center of the nose here. Now we need to make some banners, so get out a loom and come into it. We're going to use a red banner with yellow dye, make the bottom half yellow. Then switch to gray dye and put a horizontal on top and a horizontal on bottom. Now switch to a red banner with white dye, vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New red banner, vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. Then we have to get out some red dye real quick here to complete these other banners. So come back into it with red dye and put a red border around all these red and white banners. Now we can come up and place our banners. So starting in this red stripe, 1 block from the front, use the 3 red and white banners we made to make this rectangle shape. That represents the box where their logo is. Same thing on this side. Skip 1 block from the front of the red and make this rectangle shape. Then switch to your stripe banners and put 2 of them down here like that. Then we'll put the stripe banners on the side of the cab here, 1 block down from the top, just like that. Then 2 on the front on each side of the door, and then wrap it around on this side. So 3 there, 1 there, then we can put 1 there by the door. Then we're going to put a black stone button on the top corner of either side of the cab. The sander fill ports are right there. Now we're going to do our railings, so come on the side of the front here with an oak fence. Start on bottom, come up by 3, and then over by 1. Same thing on this side. Start on bottom, come up 3, over 1. Now switch to dark oak fence, and we're going to make a 2x2 on either side with a gap in the middle. Then switch back to an oak fence and run 3 vertically on the other side of the stair there. Same thing on this side, 3 coming up vertically. Now we'll go down and we'll work on the fences for the rear of the locomotive. And it's going to be the same pattern as the front, so start on bottom, come up 3, and over 1 with oak. Same thing on this side, up 3, over 1. Then switch to dark oak and make a 2x2 on either side with a gap in the middle there. Then switch back to oak and run it up 4 on the other side of the stairs here, and up 4 on this side. Now switch back over to dark oak fence and connect it here and start running it forward towards the front of the locomotive here. Just keep bringing it forward. When we get up by this stair, we have to come up by 1 and then over to connect with the back of the cab. Here you have a decision to make. You can leave the fence floating because of that banner, or we can move that banner and connect the fence. I'm going to connect the fence so it looks right. Then we'll come on down and do the railings on this side of the locomotive. So still using dark oak, connect it here and start bringing it forward. Come all the way up towards the front of the locomotive here. When we get up by this stair, we come up by 1, then over 1, 2, and 3, and up 1 again, and over 2 to connect. Now we'll come on top, and we're going to take out gray carpet. And everywhere on this roof where nothing's built, go ahead and fill it all in with gray carpet. So come around this horn here, and just keep bringing your gray carpet all the way back. Even back here and come around the exhaust stack. Then we're going to switch over to a dark oak sign to be the number plate. Come on front, above the window here, and put a sign up there. And the number for this locomotive is going to be 5134. Same thing on the other side there, 5134. Then we're going to put an item frame in the middle with a glowstone to be headlight. 1 block back on the roof, we knock out a carpet on either side, and we're going to go ahead and take out a conduit here, because this locomotive actually has some strobe lights up there. Now we're going to swing around and go ahead and detail the back end of the locomotive here. So we're going to come down on this porch, and that left-hand blackstone block, knock that out and replace it with gray wool. Then take out your dark oak signs, 1 block down from the top on either side, and put our locomotive number plates on. Then we're going to run a ladder up the left-hand side there. Then 2 item frames with glowstone for rear headlights. Now switch to gray carpet, fill in the rest of this porch, and start running gray carpet all the way up the walkway here, coming to the front of the locomotive. When we get up here, we put it up on that stair and on that stair. Swing around to the front and make this T shape of carpet on the front porch, and then do this side. So gray carpet on the stairs here, and then all down this walkway till you get to the back of the locomotive and connect it up with the carpet we already laid. Now we're going to do the interior, so come on in through this nose door. We're going to take out a smooth stone slab. And on either side here, we're going to stack up a column of slabs till it reaches the window. Then on the sides, we're going to stack this whole side up until it's the same level as that door there. Same thing right there in front of the door. Then we'll stack up the other side to that level as well. Then we're going to use our slabs here to make a little staircase to get down. Then we'll spin this way, a slab on the left for the conductor desk, lever on the right for the engineer. Then we're going to go ahead and take out an item frame here and a compass. Put an item frame in the middle of the windows with a compass to be a gauge. Then we'll spin around and we can put in stairs to be the seats. Come back here, put a sideways blast furnace, and a glowstone to light the cap. Now the interior of this locomotive is completed. And there we have it, folks. We've completed this BQ23-7 locomotive. Like I said, only 10 of these were ever built with this weird front cap. So it's a very unique thing to have in your Minecraft world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.